Alright everybody, welcome to the round of 8 in the Fragbite THOR Open Qualifier number 5. This is a match between Virtus.Pro and Han Portal. Virtus.Pro playing on the Radiant from Russia, Han Portal from the United Kingdom playing on the Dire, and hanportal.org is a real website, so maybe they're making the switch to Dota 2, maybe they're just playing it up, trolling a little bit, but they managed to advance to the round of 8, but meanwhile Virtus.Pro, my god, they have just been stomping everybody in their quest to get to this round of 8 so far. They want to get there. As stream is down. No, looks like stream is up on my end, but I'm not too sure at this point, as might just need to refresh. So yep, everything is good. We can get into this game finally, as it's been a long time, but hopefully alright, looks like the stream is up for everybody, so that's good. I'm happy, and I guess the specters that will loaded in, these obs will ghost. Well, they got delay. Can guarantee ban them from Dota. Well, a little bit of controversy over the spectators, but hopefully it won't disturb the outcome too much. hanportal.org versus Virtus.Pro. Virtus.Pro from Russia have been looking extremely strong, have pretty much dominated all of their games so far, including beating a team pretty strong, made up of pretty strong stand-ins in the form of Dilated Mind. I think Jao was playing. It might not have been Jao, it might have been I'm a Sheep Sucks. Players that I know are very, very skilled players, but they've just been on an rampage. 2 of their games, they've only allowed their opponents to get 1 kill, and in their second game against the US team, they still dominated with the Razor and Omni-Knight strategy that worked to really strong effect. But so far, we're seeing pretty standard picks and bans thus far. Batrider is going to be the first ban by Virtus.Pro. They do have the second pickup, so Templar Assassin, Darkseer, hanportal.org. I guess they don't really want to leave Virtus.Pro any options in the pool, because they do have first pick, so they could have picked up something like a T8 or a Darkseer themselves and let VP ban it out. But VP decides to ban out Jakiro. KSI has been playing a really strong Jakiro, hitting ice paths left and right, as it's a bit odd to see Virtus.Pro decide to ban it out, but that does leave Rubik in the pool, and Rubik's going to be the first pickup. Meanwhile, Virtus.Pro, the standard pick these days have been to go for the Bounty Hunter, as Bounty Hunter's had a ridiculously high success rate recently. And also Night Stalker, Virtus.Pro has been using him to great effect. Night Stalker, of course, being repopularized by IG recently, and man, Night Stalker is just really fun to watch, very aggressive, and just dives heroes under the tower all day long, high base armor, and it's just really, really fun to watch. But this patch has been known for its incredibly varied play on the carries that you could pick up. We could see Alchemist, could see Gyro, anything is possible in this situation, PL, but right now it is the first 2 picks, so it's way too early to call anything. As Bounty Hunter is going to be the first pick by Virtus.Pro, makes a lot of sense. Bounty Hunter, like I said, pretty much one of the better offlane heroes. If you are a good offlane Bounty Hunter, you should probably not die sent wards will be placed, but you just be able to position yourself outside of the range of the sentry ward and you'll be pretty much fine. You'll be good to go as a Bounty Hunter player. Meanwhile, Virtus.Pro taking a bit of time to think about who they want to pick up with the second pick. Bounty Hunter, they have that offlane. They're going to pick up Night Stalker. So going with pretty much their trademark picks these days, as they picked this in 2 out of 3 games they played so far. So now it's going to be 3 out of the 4. Bounty Hunter and Night Stalker. Sanya Bandit has been playing a strong Bounty Hunter. And meanwhile, Tame My Wild has been playing a pretty strong Night Stalker solo mid. We'll see how they decide to match up the Night Stalker in the mid lane position. But once the aggression starts coming in, Virtus.Pro will not relent, and it'll be up to hanportal.org to weather the storm, because once Bounty Hunter hits level 6, they'll get a huge boost to gold with track if they manage to get the kills going. In conjunction with the Night Stalker hitting Night, it could be a perfect storm. Much like Hurricane Sandy was, apparently. Meanwhile, hanportal.org, they pick up Rubik, so they're very flexible on who they want to go for next. They could pretty much pick up anything. Rubik could mid-solo, he can help support a tri-lane or a dual lane. And Rubik, of course, does shut down some of the options Virtus.Pro would like to go for, as Virtus.Pro Probably not likely to pick up a huge ultimate like an Enigma. Tidehunter was picked up by Portal.org, but whenever Rubik's in the game, you do have to consider, alright, do we want to pick up Enigma? Do we want to pick up Tidehunter? Rubik could just steal those ultimates, really make a nuisance. Meanwhile, Rubik could steal Track, but that's probably the best spell in the game so far that he could steal by Virtus.Pro, and you know, as long as you're getting kills with Track, it's not really too big of a deal. And Nature's Prophet, Virtus.Pro gonna finally pick it up. This is the first time I've seen Nature's Prophet in this tournament thus far. It'll be interesting to see how Virtus.Pro decides to lane him. Will they jungle? Will they put him in the... Won't put him in the off lane because Bounty Hunter will be in the off lane by the Santa. So most likely you're gonna see mid... Probably Jungle Prophet because Nightstalker will be mid solo. And so they're gonna have to get a pretty powerful support and a solid carry who can help balance out their safe lane in order to make this successful. But Nature's Prophet, I think, is more of a response to Keeper of the Light. Just get that split push going because Keeper of the Light a very, very strong anti-push, but he cannot be everywhere at once. It does have to stay in place for that Illuminate and gotta charge it up. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet can just teleport around the map, and once he gets the gold flowing, Bounty Hunter can help a lot. So Bounty Hunter can pop out of nowhere, Nightstalker can get the Void going at nighttime, and Nature's Prophet can get a lot of gold from the track assists. Undying is going to be banned by Virtus.Pro. Makes a bunch of sense. If Portal.org wanted to go for push, Undying might have been a stable strategy. They have Keeper of the Light, so they could go for turtle, they could go for push. We'll see if Virtus.Pro decides to ban out the Phantom Lancer. It would make a bunch of sense. Pretty cheesy lane, PL, Keeper of the Light. Very old school, very turtley based, and PL probably the best late game hero in the game, along with Void, in my opinion. He's just so ridiculous, as if you've seen any Dire Tide matches, oh man. PL. But keep in mind, Dire Tide is a completely different beast. But now we're going to see a Tinker ban. I would really like to see a PL ban by Virtus.Pro for their last ban. Maybe they're just not afraid with it. Nightstalker and Bounty Hunter do pretty well against PL in the early game, but the problem is, once the early game passes, what can you do to stop him? PL could stop a Nature's Prophet split push by himself, so I'd like to see Virtus.Pro decide to ban him out, because I do think Portal.org will decide to pick him up. Meanwhile, on Portal.org, thinking about who they want to ban, they're thinking of banning other supports, but the support pool, again, is pretty varied in that regard. They could ban out the Leshrac. That might be a solid ban in this situation. Getting that Edict going on towers could be a nuisance for Keeper of the Light, but Keeper of the Light does decimate Leshrac because Leshrac is quite squishy. As Portal.org a little bit concerned, they are thinking quite a while there. They decided to ban out the Windrunner. So banning out that support hero wouldn't have been an offlane, so it would have been a support Windrunner. Not really too sure behind the logic on Portal.org's part. Maybe they've seen Virtus.Pro matches where Virtus.Pro runs a support of Windrunner. I can't honestly say. But yeah, Windrunner ban, a little bit curious, but we'll see what Portal.org decides to go with it. As keep in mind, Windrunner and Nature's Prophet does have pretty good synergy. Sprout into Shackle Shot, pretty much a guaranteed 3.75 seconds stun. Pretty ridiculous, a hex at that. It's going to be pretty annoying to deal with, but they removed that from the equation entirely. Meanwhile, Virtus.Pro banged the Broom Brother yet again, and there's the PL, just as I expected. So we'll see what Virtus.Pro decides to do. Will they pick up, they need to get some AoE, because they're pretty much going all in on the early game. They pick up Luna, so I like this pickup a lot. Those glaives can rip through those PL illusions pretty easily. Luna with a very high base movement speed, and it does synergize with the push. That Lunar Blessing give everybody that plus damage. Could be quite devastating to deal with once the push decides to come in. Not the tankiest of heroes, so Keeper of the Light Illuminate will do a decent amount of damage. But Luna, if she gets pretty much uninterrupted free farm, she will be able to have a bigger effect on the game faster than PL, I should say. But of course, PL will just destroy her late game, because PL is ridiculous late game. Anyway, Portal.org thinking long and hard. They have their mid solo, they have their trialing. They could put Tidehunter in the offlane position. They are on the dire side. They might get a better offlaner and put Rubik in the solo mid. They could still pick up a Beastmaster. I don't know how well Beastmaster would do in this game, but Portal.org, they still have some lane flexibility. All we know for sure is that Keeper of the Light and PL will be laning together. Meanwhile, on the side of Virtus.Pro, most likely going to see Nightstalker solo mid, Bounty Hunter offlane. We are going to see that Beastmaster for the offlane, so we are going to see Rubik solo mid, PL, Keeper of the Light, Tidehunter, safe lane. Unless they want to do a dual lane, Keeper of the Light, PL mid, and just really try to keep down the Nightstalker, because Virtus.Pro's Nightstalker has just been on a tear. And we're going to see Witch Doctor yet again for NS, so I guess NS has just been really taking a shine to that hero. Witch Doctor's pretty solid against PL as well. I mean, the casks will always bounce, but the illusions will soak up some of the damage. But Witch Doctor, more importantly, that Voodoo Restoration, once that time push starts to kick in, will keep the heroes alive for a long time, because that Voodoo Restoration is no laughing matter in terms of how much HP it can give out. And it will help to reduce some of the Keeper of the Light blast damage once it comes in. So I like this pickup by Witch Doctor a lot. But yep, the heroes are starting to be picked. The players are going to get onto their heroes very, very soon. And this is the round of 8. This is still best of 1. Keep in mind that tomorrow are the semifinals and the finals. So stay tuned, tune for that tomorrow. But those are best of 3 once they go in. This is round of 8. So the winner of this advances to the semifinals. And the winner of this match, of this qualifier, gets a chance to go to Stockholm, Sweden to compete for around $20,000 US dollars in cash prizes. So we'll introduce the players and the teams. Looks like Airman is going to be playing the Luna, the hard carry yet again. KSI is going to be playing the Nature's Prophet, so going to be a jungle Nature's Prophet. Bandit, Sanya Bandit, Santa is going to be playing the Bounty Hunter in the offlane position yet again. Tame My Wild is going to be playing the Night Stalker again, and NS is going to be playing the Witch Doctor again. Meanwhile, on the side of the diary, looks like Misfit Love is playing the Rubik, Rhyme is playing the Phantom Lancer, Danny D is playing the Beastmaster, Chuck Norris is going to be playing the Tidehunter, and Standing.Shoes -UK Dota is going to be playing the Keeper of the Light. And so far, they're going to try to match up their aggressive trial against the Phantom Lancer and the Keeper of the Light combination. It looks like it might be at this point. Furion just scouting out with the trees, might be pulling the creep wave as well, as this is a pretty common tactic, but Santa just going to stay around for now, and they are going to put their tri-line on the defensive end rather than go offensive with it. Makes a lot of sense, because Keeper of the Light with infinite mana, get those Spirit Lances going, it would be pretty annoying to deal with, quite frankly, as NS immediately places a ward, going to immediately de-ward it, and he's pretty much by himself, so if the Dire really wanted to, they could have gone on the offensive, but Keeper of the Light will have to spend a Sentry Ward. NS only used a Sentry Ward to get rid of that, and looks like another ward's going to be placed, so a couple of ward battles going on in the early game, and actually, yep, they're going to transition back to the bottom lane. Witch Doctor will keep the Beastmaster out. We'll see if they place their Ancient Jungle Ward yet again, as that worked pretty well in the last game against the Beastmaster. Looks like the first camp has been picked up already, but that ward did spot the Witch Doctor moving in, so I'm sure once the Beastmaster sees that he can't stack the camp, he'll know that Witch Doctor placed a ward there, so we'll see if any Sentry Wards will fly in to help stack the camp, but NS will do a pretty good job in terms of keeping Beastmaster back. Beastmaster, unless he gets Ancient experience, will get no experience in this lane, because Witch Doctor will have Voodoo Restoration to help heal him up. He'll have pretty high base damage, 57 for range support. Is nothing to laugh at. Meanwhile, Sentry Ward's being placed, so it looks like Santa is playing completely blind at this point. PL and Bounty Hunter are going to duke it out for a bit. Looks like Bounty Hunter is going to be okay because they used all their Sentry Wards in terms of de-warding it, so it's going to be a little while before they can ferry out more sentries in order to counteract this Bounty Hunter. So he's going to get a pretty good amount of experience. And like I said, Bounty Hunter, all he really needs is level 6. As we're going to wait for a pause. Pull down the last hit tabs. PL already with 10 CS in the first minute and a half. Very, very strong start for him. As looks like Tidehunter 5-1 against Night Stalker 5-2. Neither of these heroes should die. We saw Tame My Wild actually do pretty well in the last game where he matched up against the Tidehunter in the solo mid position. As lots of lulls going around. Not too sure why. I am not in on the joke. Might be an inside joke. Truffle, because, you know, he's hungry. General exclamation of amusement. I like that rhyme. I like that a lot. But yeah, neither of these heroes should kill each other. NS is going to have the bottle up relatively soon. He's already bottle currying it up. So he went for the bottle first build yet again. Going to use Void to get last hits that Anchor Smash might help to reduce. But hopefully Tidehunter won't get beaten down as hard as the other Tidehunter in the other game. Rubik does reconnect, so didn't see a solo mid Rubik, saw a solo mid Tidehunter rather. Rubik has a bit more range, has a bit more lane presence, and they knew that Night Stalker would be in the mid lane position, but I think having a higher level Rubik in this situation would be a little bit better just because, you know, Rubik has a bit more spells, get a high level null field, could really prevent a lot of damage early on. Meanwhile, Santa content to just last hit up against the PL so far. Luna free farming it up as well. Unfortunately, the creeps were pulled by NS, so probably missed one or two last hits here and there, but has evened up with the Phantom Lancer. And now Beastmaster does know that the ward is there, so we'll see how he responds as he tried to get the pull going, but he's going to see that didn't actually stack, so now he is a sad Beastmaster. And guess how much experience he has? If your answer was 0, you'd be correct in that assumption, as looks like Santa gonna venture quite close to the center towards trying to pick off a big creep. Does manage to get a small dire creep, so gonna give himself a little bit of gold, a little bit of experience, get some money into that pocket. And Bounty Hunter, he's all about that money. As the Illuminate completely whiffs. That is one of the great things about Illuminate. Just ridiculous range, ridiculous damage. Very, very strong spell. Meanwhile, Luna picked up the early Tranquil Boots. Gonna probably go for the drums field. Pretty standard. Actually, Bounty Hunter usually goes for drums, so it'll be interesting to see. And I'm gonna be interested also in what KSI decides to go. Actually went for 2 points of Treant, so not gonna gank too frequently in the early stages of the game. Really, really passive lanes thus far. But keep in mind, 3 more minutes, and then it's nighttime. Night Stalker picked up a DD rune, so not controlling the lane. Tidehunter does have a salve. Is going to get the bottle up right about now. Yes, he is going to finish the bottle. So he's going to have 3 bottle charges compared to the Night Stalker's 2. As he takes a void to the face, he's going to get enough mana. Anchor Smash, ridiculous little mana cost, 40 mana. And keep in mind, Tidehunter has a pretty high base mana pool. Has 1 point to gush, so Night Stalker should actually be a bit more careful. It would be pretty bad if Night Stalker died to a Tidehunter solo mid, just saying. But keep in mind, Tidehunter does have higher than average base move speed, 310, but Night Stalker does have 6 base armor, so he should be just fine in that regard. Meanwhile, PL has hit 22 CS. We'll see if he goes for Vanguard. He actually... Oh, he's picked up the boots, and he's getting an item shipped to him on the courier. It is going to be the Tranquil Boots. Usually Tranquil Boots get maybe a Vit booster for a bit of HP, don't finish the Vanguard. That's a standard build for PLs in most of these games. And then they get that Radiance or the Diffusal Blade Rush, wherever they want to go for. And there's going to be a fight for the rune. It is a regen rune bottom, but Nature's Prophet is just going to say, "What's up, Tidehunter? It's all mine. What you going to do about it?" And meanwhile, Night Stalker doing a nice thing, knowing that he couldn't get the rune because he has lower than average base move speed. Just going to bottle courier it up, and Tidehunter does not have any charges in the bottle, so that courier, since it delivered an item to the top lane, it's going to be out of use for a bit, so Tidehunter not too much mana to work with, so Night Stalker can be a little bit more adventurous, but keep in mind Anchor Smash so cheap that he honestly doesn't care. As another Rubik disconnect, very unfortunate for this Rubik player, as Nopal is going to come in at this point, not too sure why, as they kind of want to have Rubik, I'd guess, in this game. And they're like, no, don't need Rubik. Can play a 4v5, 4 minutes in the game. Maybe if it's later in the game, they might be able to micro the Rubik, but early in the game, they really just need to concentrate on their lanes. As Nature's Prophet, will he go for the Midas? Will he go for Urn? Night Stalker will most likely go for Urn, as that's pretty standard these days. Don't unpause 1 minute, says Tame My Wild. You know, Beastmaster has hit level 2. Is starting to get the stacks going, because the Sentry Ward did expire. So Beastmaster is starting to get himself back in the game. Meanwhile, Luna, 1k gold in the bank. We'll see if she picks up drums, as Chuck Norris, the Tidehunter. That courier is going to arrive in the nick of time for this Night Stalker, as he's being bullied by the Tidehunter. But actually the CS is relatively similar, so pretty even lane, like I said, but Tidehunter is doing a much better job than in the last game where Night Stalker faced against a Tidehunter in the middle lane. Dota teams are completely different beasts. And so far, Han Portal is showing that they're not anything to be trifled with, despite their Han Portal name tag, I guess. Banner has finished a poor man's shield. So that's pretty solid. He's going to have boots relatively soon as well. And he's level 4. Meanwhile, PL, due to the pulse, he's level 4. Keeper of the Light level 3. Illuminate going to come in and looks like there's going to be a replacement. So going to have to restart the game, I guess. As This is going to be pretty unfortunate for the Han Portal squad if they lose their captain, as I'm not really too sure why his latency is so bad. That's going to be pretty unfortunate for them. And restarting the game, I mean PL getting off to a relatively strong start. Tidehunter controlling the mid lane rather well. So if this game does remake, you know, what can you do about it? Not too much, apparently. Let some man your account. That is probably the best option. So you don't have to remake the entire game. Anyway, just checking out the golden experience graphs, pretty even. Actually, Radiant have a pretty big edge. That is due to the Nature's Prophet jungling it up. Pretty big edge in terms of experience as well, because they have a jungler, and the Dire do not have jungler at the moment. So that makes a lot of sense. In terms of last hits, yep, Nature's Prophet 23. Meanwhile, Beastmaster not getting too much farm at all, only 1 CS. So just really having a miserable time. Actually managed to pick up the boots, surprisingly enough. So good on him for getting to that point where he was able to get the boots. You know, sometimes boots is all you need. Hero levels, at this point in the game, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. One thing that is a bit concerning is that Keep for the Light, Beastmaster, all extremely underleveled. And that's the power of having a jungler in these games, so a bit surprised we are seeing a lack of jungler these days. Chen Enchantress, still good heroes. Nature's Prophet, still a good hero. And we'll see if Virtus.Pro can make something happen with this. But, yep, just still waiting, as we can just see the gold experience. You can see that the Radiant have a 1,188 gold lead. Meanwhile, Tidehunter leading the experience graph. As, yeah, not really too much else to talk about at this point. But if it does go to late game, I mean, Keeper of the Light Phantomancer will easily be able to take on all comers. So Virtus.Pro, they're really going to have to get the first night going in order to really maximize their effectiveness. So we'll see what they get from it. Unfortunately, Nightstalker at least picked up the boots. He has a bottle. He will be able to pick up the urn relatively soon. Should have the urn, hopefully, for him by the first night. And if he does manage to get that, he'll have a bit more strength to work with. He'll get some mana regen so he can sustain those ganks, get those charges going so he can heal back up. And once he gets that sustainability, Nightstalker, of course, very scary to deal with. Meanwhile, Witch Doctor, level 4, actually put 2 points in Maledict, so realizes that, okay, at this point, I don't really need 2 points into casks, because Beastmaster is just going to stay the heck out of the lane, and it will be more likely that he'll die to a Maledict charge, rather than a cask extra bounce. Which, I'm not too sure, but max Maledict level 7, very powerful build, but I think I'd rather have the max cask. And Nature's Prophet has nothing, because he's just chilling, I guess. Anything on the stash? No, nothing there. Meanwhile, Beastmaster, like I said, boots, Tidehunter, bottle, anything on the courier? Doesn't look like it. As Keeper of the Light, nothing to speak of. As you can see, the farm advantage is clearly in favor of the Radiant, but keep in mind the farm is going into the pocket of the PL. And PL? Can't say this enough. So annoying in the late game. Best late game hero in the game with Void. But yeah, if you guys are tuning in, this is the Fragbite THOR Open Qualifier number 5. This is the round of 8. I am B-Ballin from GoToCommentaries.com. Thank you for watching today. The semifinals and the finals will be played tomorrow. And so far, Virtus.Pro has looked unbeatable, and the VODs will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/bballin773. And if you want to watch this stream live, twitch.tv/bballin773. Please follow me on both places if you want to help me out. But yeah, those Virtus.Pro VODs, man, I should put some like anti-spoiler length, some troll length like Luminous does, because those are short as heck. But, yeah, just waiting for the replacement for Remake to come in. Connecting on right about now. has Sentry Ward, so they might be transitioning into a kill on the Bounty Hunter. And really, it's going to come down to how well the positioning of Han Portal can be. Because once this team starts going, they have so much move speed, they have so much chasing power, they have a lot of ganking presence with that. And Han Portal, they have to position themselves to get favorable team fights, and that's the power of putting Tyrant Soul mid, so that when the first gank starts to come in, Tyrant can just TP in, pop the Ravage, and really blow up. And the first gank, since you're losing a lot of experience, you're losing a lot of gold, if it does fail, then that could really set the Virtus.Pro squad back an immense amount. So I expect Tyrant to get himself a TP scroll, maybe get a bottle going once NS hits level 6. Just so he can teleport to the top lane if there is an engagement right there, help his allies. Because if they win that first gank, it could really mean a snowball effect to get PL farmed and give Kato a lot of experience. And once Kato gets experience, or Keeper of the Light, once he gets experience, he can pretty much hold the fort by himself with that Illuminate. You know, Beastmaster, you know, he's just gonna do what he does. So Virtus.Pro, they're gonna have to make their move once it hits first night, and they're gonna have to make it so that Tidehunter, they might have to make the move on the Tidehunter himself, just so that there won't be any reinforcement teleports. But if you do that, that means PL will continue to farm, and every second PL farms is not really a second that you want to be in as a Dota player, if you're on the opposing team. As we can just look at the items, keep in mind, ward check, standard wards so far. Very standard wards. This ward spot was hotly contested. What's this game ID? Need game ID to join. What? I'm confused as well. As nothing is going right for Han Portal at the moment, since in terms of their reconnection. There's no reconnect button. That sucks. What else can I say? That sucks. Game ID. I'm not too sure what it is. But yeah. Well, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being patient. This is most likely the last match of the day, and then I'm gonna need some sleep because I casted very early on today at 4 AM for the It's Gosu Asia Madness tournament featuring 4Love and FTFC. A very exciting series as well, featuring pretty unusual strategies as Luna disconnects as well. Might just get a full-on remake, but it is 4.5 minutes in the game, so no, Luna does reconnect in the end. So we'll see what Han Portal decides to do with this, as this is getting a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. But, you know, what can we do? Oh, I guess this guy was testing the feature. Able to reconnect at any point with the friends. He got exceeded number of retries we're trying. Might just have to get a full-on remake. It's 440 in the game. No first blood just spilled just yet. Gonna have to see the admin's decision on this. Well, nothing yet, because still okay. Remake from save. Can remake from save. Well, I've never done a remake from save, so we'll see how they go. There have been 3 saves already. Navi Macho Libre. We'll see who that is really fast. Just a guy, I guess. Alright, NS is hosting, so we can get back into this game. Go is the call? Yes, indeed. I am ready to go. So, back in the game. Remake from the save. So hopefully it'll be able to start relatively close. Game was paused at 4:43, so hopefully we'll start around maybe at 4 or something like that. As a Captain's Mode game picked yet again. Not sure if it worked. A bit confused. But I guess we'll see in just a second how this shapes up. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, this is the Fragbite THOR Open Qualifier number 5. Semifinals and finals will be played tomorrow. Please tune in for that. Be on the same twitch.tv channel as NS is not very happy because it looks like it did not work. Oh, observers. Well, I'm loaded in the game, so... Mad lulls all around, apparently. Oh, we managed to get to the 4-minute mark. So that is pretty solid by Valve for getting that feature there. At least you don't have to replay an 80-minute game 3 or 4 times, so it doesn't take 6 hours for one match to finish. We'll see if they make similar decisions as Night Stalker gonna get the regenerate top like he did before. Actually just gonna bottle straight up, so not gonna waste any time. Knows he wants to get as much experience as possible. But yep, we're back in the game. PL 27-21. Not too much CS as Bounty Hunter managed to get a kill on Phantom Lancer. Honestly, did not see that coming. As I was sort of expecting a similar lane assignment as that lane was pretty passive. Don't honestly know how that happened. So please forgive me. Game bugged, lol. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I don't honestly see how a Bounty Hunter can just one-shot PL. And of course VP happy. Because they got first blood. And yeah, still a bit confused. As Tame My Wild has the regenerate in the bottle. Gonna go to initiate on the Tyrant, actually going with the Void and the Silence, trying to use as much mana as possible, and then pop the regenerate. Very smart decision. But yeah, we'll see if Hanpro is just gonna take. I guess they're just gonna be forced to take that first blood. So PL losing about 150 gold, pretty significant at this stage in the game. Meanwhile, Beastmaster able to pull the neutrals all the way to the tower, so able to CS relatively easily as he's pinging wildly. Yep, game is bugged because the neutrals are just pretty much chilling. So yeah, all is not perfect. This is still a beta, so just remember that. But Beastmaster's gonna pick up some experience, so that's pretty solid for him. Gonna get a nice amount of gold as well. Pick up the boots. Gonna be flying towards him. Bounty Hunter level 5. About to hit level 6. Meanwhile, Night Stalker did get a kill with the help of the Nature's Prophet on the middle lane. With the Sprout, Void, Night Stalker very low HP. Hunter, he did use the Ravage, so that's going to be pretty unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, will there be engagement for this Bounty Hunter? He is level 6, so he's going to go get a couple hits, may get a track off as well. Does have a level 2 of Shuriken, but here comes the Lumake going to charge up. Is there any Sentry Wards or detection? Bounty Hunter should be okay, no detection, as these supports very, very poor, unfortunately for them. Meanwhile, Nightstalker bottles Invisibility Rune, and the bottom is going to get pushed, and now we see the power of Voodoo Restoration. Allows Luna to pretty much tank at will against this tower, and NS able to take some pop shots as well. And here comes the cask. Maledict's going to be used, as that is the reason they're just going to dive it rather than use anything. Again, Luna catch up. She will have those soon beam up. Nice teleported by Nature's Prophet, and Maledict will tick in. Nature's Prophet does get the last hit, so nice job by VP. But here comes the Spirit Lance. Manages to pick off the retreating Bounty Hunter, and PL picking up a kill against the Bounty Hunter is extremely important. PL is tracked, not enough mana. I don't know if they can get the push going. Looks like both of these pushes are going to be stopped for the time being. But Hunter without Ravage, and keep in mind, it is still daytime. Don't know why it's still daytime. Might just still be a bug. As, you know, Nightstalker without night, it's, pretty bad. Pretty bad indeed. As, we'll see if the rain do anything about it. Maybe they'll ask for another pause, maybe they'll ask for another remake, but be very unfortunate if Nightstalker could not get nighttime, because, you know, he's a Nightstalker. He ain't a Daystalker. You know, Bounty Hunter trying to go for work, trying to pick off the Rubik, but keeping a close eye on his Grand Magus ally. Now, it looks like it's turning into day, but it's going to be, or turning into night, but it's going to be a very late night, as I guess it remade from the start of the game. And here comes the Mana Leak. Sentry Ward was used, but the Mana Leak not enough to drain enough mana away. Meanwhile, Luna going for the Eclipse. One more beam. Does pick up the kill on the Beastmaster. Ridiculous move speed of Luna. Easily to cement himself a kill. Nicely done by the Luna. As Darkness was popped. Wait. I am so confused. He had the Darkness animation. But yeah, game is completely weird at this stage in the game, and unfortunately for the Dire, they are still losing despite it not being night. So that could be a bit of issue for them, because now Nightstalker will have even more farm going into the first night. Gonna get first night at around level 9, level 8 or 9, and that will be pretty significant. Tyrant does have a Rage. Will he go in less than half HP? So does have to watch out for that. So a couple more auto attacks. Luna, of course, level 2 Mooner Blessing, getting 1 point in the glaive just to accelerate the push. Pretty smart build, as Luna does manage to pick up that last hit. And now Nightstalker gonna hit level 8 relatively soon. Here comes Illuminate. Rubik gonna lift him up into the air. It looks like the Illuminate did not chain properly. Here comes the Void to slow down. Rubik does get stunned. Do they have enough damage to bring him down? They do not. No boots means that Nightstalker will live to fight another day. Gonna use a Void as well just to give himself maximum mana efficiency. Keep in mind, Phantom Lancer's farming all the while. Bounty Hunter gonna cast a track. PL actually does not have too much mana. Here comes the Wrath of Nature doing 100 damage to the PL. Decent amount of damage, but Bounty Hunter knows that he can't kill him without another level of Shuriken Toss, probably. So, it's about to hit first night, 10 minutes in the game. And once that happens, I mean, usually when it hits first night, Nightstalker has boots, maybe an urn, and a bottle. But now he has phase boots, a full magic wand with 10 charges, an urn, and he's going to have another rune in the bottle very, very soon. So I'd be concerned if I was the Dire, but here comes the gank on the Phantom Lancer. One more hit, track is going to go off. Can he doppelwalk? Not enough mana to doppelwalk, and level 2 doppelwalk, well, it wouldn't have really mattered anyway, but Bounty Hunter picks up a kill on the Phantom Lancer, and it just hit nighttime. So Tyrant gonna get bottled double damage rune, but you cannot run, you cannot hide. He is a Nightstalker. No, looks like you can run, you can hide. And Nightstalker gonna die for this because he realizes he does have 11 charges on the wand, so he can afford to be a bit more aggressive. And here comes the teleport in. He's gonna have to use magic wand right about now. Oh! Nice telekinesis, gonna lift him up in the air. Chuck Norris not gonna use the Ravage. Nightstalker forced to retreat for now. Actually gonna go back on the offensive. Not too sure what he's thinking, but will he be able to get a kill? He's gonna escape for now, but Tyrant very low HP. Nightstalker's first gank gonna be thwarted, but it's okay. I mean, it's first night and he's level 8, so you know, he should be fine at this stage in the game. Meanwhile, PL gonna get tracked yet again. Bounty Hunter very low HP. Did pick up face boots for himself. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet Medallion gonna go for straight mecha. Not picking up a Midas. It's going to teleport to the mid lane, trying to provide a bit of pressure. As Rubik did fall, Tidehunter fell as well. Honestly, did not see how that engagement shaped up. Ravage was still on cooldown, so that was unfortunate for those two guys. Trying to kill the Night Stalker, very low HP, but Night Stalker does escape, and that's power being level 8 by first night. As completely ridiculous bugs. Definitely helping out the Dire in that regard. Beastmaster trying to hit level 6 still does not have the roar just yet. There's going to be a teleport in as Tidehunter is going to be able to teleport to the tower safely. Here comes the Lucent Beam. Cask is going to hit, going to bounce back and forth. What a Cask! Completely lucky. Does actually hit the Keeper of the Light twice. Luna going to charge in. She does have a clip. She is going to use it just about now. Tidehunter is going to take the fall as well. One more hit and Luna does pick up a kill. And meanwhile, mutually assured destruction as Witch Doctor and Keeper of the Light go down together in a blaze of glory. Here comes the Beastmaster. Easy level 6 just yet. He just hit level 6 in that previous engagement, but here's the silence on the Phantom Lancer, Lucent Beam, and the Night Stalker enough to clean up the job. 11-2 in favor of the Radiant, and here comes the pursuit for the Beastmaster. Night Stalker going to dive. Not too much mana to work with, but he has earned. He is very high level, and he can get it. One more auto attack, and Tame My Wild on a roll with this Night Stalker so far this tournament. Has a full bottle and an urn, so he can go back onto the ganking spree as well. So far, Virtus.Pro getting all the breaks as they are taking commandingly thus far. PL has died twice. Not going to be able to farm up his damage anytime soon. Keeper of the Light doesn't... he managed to pick up boots at the very least. Level 6, so he can start shelling the Illuminates, and they're really going to have to rely on the Keeper of the Light to survive in this game. As Night Stalker going to find a Keeper of the Light. Can he pick him off by himself? Fable going to fly in. Gush, Ravage going to be used on just the Night Stalker. I don't think they can kill him. This could be a huge mistake as the Night Stalker might be able to escape. He runs back and forth trying to kite the Tidehunter. Meanwhile, looks like the Keeper of the Light did take the fall to the Night Stalker. Void was enough to get the kill in that as Luna is there to reinforce. They used a Ravage and they couldn't even kill the Night Stalker. Very unfortunate for the Han Portal squad as Night Stalker can escape. He's just running back and forth, just trying to kite them, trying to bait them, and meanwhile, all the while, Nature's Prophet, Bounty Hunter, and Witch Doctor pushing the top lane with the Treants, with the Voodoo Restoration, and they are able to kill one tower. They're going to go for the next. They don't have Ravage, so this could be a big mistake for the Han Pro squad. Keeper of the Light just now getting position, going to try to channel the Illuminate, but there's going to be engagement for Rubik. Misfit Love going to take a bunch of damage. Malik should be able to get the kill. One last save by the Bounty Hunter. No, Witch Doctor does get the last save, and he's going to stand in place and try to dispel the Mana Leak, but here comes Night Stalker. Gonna kill a Tidehunter. One more Void, one more right click, and one more Void. We'll be able to finish up the kill. Here comes Void. Does manage to pick up the kill, and a teleport in by the Phantom Lancer, realizing that this is a crucial time. He needs to get back in the game, but Witch Doctor does manage to kill a tower in the meanwhile. 3-0, 16-2 in favor of Virtus.Pro. And right now we can just check out the early gold graph. My god. Virtus.Pro just have been steamrolling everybody in the gold graph. 14k lead at 14 minutes in the game. 10k experience lead, 14 minutes in the game. Very, very difficult to overcome, but they have Keeper of the Light. They have the defensive power. They just need to use it pretty well. But now we see a Voodoo Restoration. Ridiculously strong pushing spell as well. So Witch Doctor, a very, very versatile support. Illuminate manages to whiff completely. Not too sure how that happened. Rubik going to take a bunch of damage. Double damage. Night Stalker going to go to work. Kills Rubik in a matter of hits. As Beastmaster going to take some damage as well. Can the Night Stalker save? He will. Not enough damage to bring him down. Gonna finish an Aghanim Scepter very, very soon. This is going to be really, really, really difficult for the Dire to overcome. As Medallion and the Roshan is going to be picked up. Luna picks up the Aegis the Immortal. And this is just looking very grim for the Dire squad. Telekinesis is going to be casted on the Night Stalker. Can he escape? He will finally die. Roar going to come in as well. Ravage hitting everybody, hitting 3 heroes, but here comes Luna. Maledict, Death Ward, doing a bunch of damage, and Kato's on the retreat. I don't think he'll be able to escape, and PL just used the last of his mana on a Spirit Lance. That means his death as well, and that means 20-3 in favor of Virtus.Pro. They are steamrolling everybody so far this tournament, and they are loving it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structure is fortified.
So, looks like the Radiant going to be able to pick up a tower with relative ease. They're going to go on the engagement for the Tidehunter. They still have Keeper of the Light. They still have hope for defense. But right now, PL is just so severely underfarmed. They're able to tank the Illuminate. They've just finished the mechanism on the Nature's Prophet. With the help of the Voodoo Restoration, they can just tank these Keeper of the Light blasts all day and all night. Night Stalker just going to run back and forth. He's going to have the Aghanim Scepter relatively soon. Illuminate just tickles him at this stage in the game. Another Nighttime being cast. Level 2 Nighttime. Pretty long duration. But so far, Virtus.Pro has looked like an absolute juggernaut. They smell blood. They want to go for the Jugular. They want to go for the finishing blow. They're going to initiate on the Beastmaster. Void and Silence going to go on him. Night Stalker still has 14 wand charges. But the Cask and the Voodoo Restoration too good. Witch Doctor picked up a point booster. So going to give some nice HP as a lot of spells being used. But Bounty Hunter does pick off the Rubik in the first engagement. Meanwhile, PL is tracked. Luna is going to charge in. Still has the Aegis of the Immortal. So can afford to charge in bravely. Has 5k gold in the bank. This is all but over. Virtus.Pro, my god. Just walking over everybody in this tournament thus far. And they are going to make it on to the semifinals tomorrow. So just waiting for the GGs as Han Portal probably a little bit mad that the remake had to happen. But it was one of their players who disconnected. And, you know, unfortunately, Dota 2, it's not perfect. But man, very, very one-sided victories by Virtus.Pro in all their games thus far. Really, really just looking invincible. And how come we don't see this more often, NS? I'd love to see this more often as NS, one of my favorite players. They're going to go for the Keep of the Light. Couple more hits. Here comes the Telekinesis as well. It just hits daytime, so suddenly Night Stalker is pretty weak sauce. But he's still tanky enough just to survive everything. Looks like Luna still tanking everything he possibly can. Night Stalker might take the fall. Eclipse is up. Gonna kill the Tidehunter before he can even do anything. Eclipse tearing everybody a new orifice as Phantom Lancer is gonna take the fall as well. 26-3. Just waiting for the GG out because this game is over. GG, well played is the call by Rhyme. Probably a bit sad, probably a bit angry how the game shaped up, but you know, still showing their courtesies. Just saying GG and gonna move on. But Virtus.Pro gonna advance to semifinals in convincing fashion, pretty much stomping everybody. I think they only gave up a total of like less than 20 deaths the entire way up to the semifinals. And they are just looking unbeatable. Night Stalker suicides himself. Death Ward gonna hit PL a bunch of time. Gonna go on to Keep of the Light. But the big fortress is gonna take the fall, so thank you for watching. My name is Bball and I'm from DotaCommenters.com. Please follow me on YouTube.com/Bball773. There will be all the VODs. Twitch.tv/Bball773 if you want to watch the stream. If you follow me and subscribe to me there, you will help me out greatly. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, guys.